Hello, Tank here. Do you like Imperial Knights? I know that I like Imperial Knights. So for today, I will be telling you what you need to know on the only epic hero in the army of regular heroes, Canis Rex. I'll go over his lore and stat block, as well as the gist on how to use him on the battlefield, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the first episode of Imperial Big Guns. The story of Canis Rex starts with its pilot, Sir Hector Cerberan, not sure, from the night world of Randarin Alpha, which found itself besieged by the heretic Astartes of the Iron Warriors Legion. The noble knights of House Cerberan rallied to the defense of their home in force, doing battle with the Iron Warriors time and time again to hold them back. But one by one the knights fell until Randarin Alpha was taken by the heretical forces. The surviving knights were taken by the Astartes in order to have their minds broken and for their suits to be warped into possessed demonic war engines. Over time, each of the knights were broken until only Sir Hector remained. Sir Hector escaped when, as though guided by the God Emperor himself, the machine spirit of Canis Rex awoke without its pilot and moved to liberate Sir Hector. Once reunited with his suit, Sir Hector took the oath of the Freeblade and waged a one-man war against the Iron Warriors to free his home. After freeing as many of the enslaved serfs as he could, he stole an Imperial frigate and made his way off-world. Now he travels the stars, liberating as many enslaved Imperial citizens as he can from their tyrannical captors, while punishing the worshippers of chaos one world at a time. Now that we have an understanding of the story behind the legendary Freeblade, we can move on to his performance on the tabletop, starting with what makes him earn his title. As the big man himself, Canis Rex is as tanky as any of the Questoris Knight patterns, with toughness 11 and twice the wounds of a Lehman Russ battle tank at 26. So what he can't outright block, he can take like a champion. Not to mention the 5-up invuln save against ranged attacks, which makes him incredibly hard to damage at all ranges. He has two main abilities. Firstly, Legendary Freeblade, which allows any stratagem which targets him to have its cost reduced by 1 command point, and his second ability, Chainbreaker, which allows one friendly unit with the Imperium keyword within 12 inches of Canis Rex to no longer be battle-shocked. However, this can only be used once per battle. Both very good abilities. Canis Rex hits on a 2-up for each and every one of his weapons, giving him an edge over other Imperial Knights, who hit on 3-up. His biggest gun is the Las Impulsor, which is blast and sustained hits 1. It also has two modes, low intensity and high intensity, with low intensity having 36-inch range and 2d6 attacks in exchange for strength 7, AP -1 and 2 damage. Incredibly devastating against light infantry. Meanwhile, high density has a range of 24 inches and d6 attacks with a strength 14, AP -3 and 4 damage, making it lethal to slightly heavier armoured units, though not the heaviest of heavy weapons. Canis Rex comes with a second, considerably smaller Questoris Multi-Laser, which also has sustained hits 1, and a 36-inch range with a flat 4 attacks. Comes with strength 6, AP 0, and 1 damage, making it something which should be used only in addition to his other weapons or against something you're certain it can deal with, because it's effectively just, it's flashlight compared to his other weaponry. Where he really shines is his melee weapon, named Freedom's Hand, a custom Thunderstrike Gauntlet, which also has sustained hits 1, seeing a common pattern here. It has two modes, those being Strike and Sweep. Strike having 5 attacks, strength 20, AP -3 and 9 damage, making it more suitable to melee against big enemies, such as other knights, maybe. While Sweep has 10 attacks, 10 strength, AP -2 and 3 damage, making it good for an elite unit, something slightly heavier armoured. Thus, the Freedom's Hand can be used in almost any situation, whether that is against mass infantry or an armoured column. Yet another benefit of Canis Rex is, surprisingly, when he is defeated, at which point you roll an emergency disembarkation test, and Sir Hector disembarks and takes the field. While you do lose the sheer firepower of an Imperial Knight, Canis Rex doesn't count as destroyed until Sir Hector has also been killed, so for the purpose of campaigns, he doesn't miss out on benefits for surviving. Sir Hector also has a half-decent pistol and close combat weapon, with his pistol having a range of 12 inches, but only 1 attack, 5 strength, AP -1 and 2 damage, with the pistol keyword meaning he can use it in melee, as well as a close combat weapon with 2 attacks, 3 strength, 0 AP and 1 damage. He also hits on 2 up, like everything else that he comes equipped with, even in the big ol' robot. Sir Hector also has the lone operative ability, allowing him to steer clear of enemy units. If you aren't entirely sure what lone operative means exactly, it means he can't be targeted by ranged attacks that come from outside of 1 foot or 12-inch range. Now that's the end of the good, on to the bad. The biggest weakness of Canis Rex on the battlefield is his abysmal range, compared to just how massive he is. Only able to even attempt to hit things within 3 feet, which means anyone can play tactically by dancing around the edge of his maximum range and shooting him with their longer range weapons. For example, if someone has a Titan Killer unit and he faces off against, let's say, a Shadow Sword, he's doomed. Completely and utterly. Because the Shadow Sword, the Volcano Cannon, the specifically Titan killing, and a Knight is a small, weaker Titan, effectively. The Titan Killer gun has over double his maximum range. The same goes for Sir Hector, with his pistol only reaching 12 inches, though the downside is offset by lone operative, so he can only shoot stuff that can shoot him back. Great. Now that we know the ups and downs of Canis Rex, we can move on to strategy. Canis Rex, as made evidence by this point, excels in melee. The primary way he should be used is by closing the distance rapidly before charging into melee and using his stratagem cost reduction on something like Tank Shock, which will most certainly soften whatever he's aiming himself at before he even starts using his actual melee weapon. If, and that is a massive if, Canis Rex goes down, it may be possible to carefully move Sir Hector to avoid enemy units and make it towards less combat effective support units as a makeshift assassin. For example, if you're fighting against Imperial Guard, you could try and sneak your way up to get the jump on an engine seer, take them out, remove the support for the vehicles. This is most definitely risky, and this should only be attempted in place with a lot of cover for the squishy, non-giant mech suit regular human to hide behind while he moves. Ultimately, Canis Rex should be used as if he is massive shock infantry, breaking through enemy lines with sheer overwhelming firepower, before moving back and doing it over and again. Finally, on to the end. I thank each and every one of you for watching this far, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more of Imperial big guns, then you can like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. And on a final note, the main reason for me making this video, to begin with, is that I've recently got my own Canis Rex model, and I want you to know if you think I've done alright on it. Thank you for watching. This is Tank of the Line. You've been a glorious servant of the Emperor, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one.